ثلاثة. مرحبا، أهلا وسهلا، حياكم الله جميعا. You are more than welcome at the session number 23 of قهوة معرفة, Coffee and No. I would like to say a very big welcome to our main speaker of today and for all her guests. I'm so happy and glad to have all these names for the first time at قهوة معرفة, Coffee and No sessions. Thank you for being part of our knowledge session. Thank you so much. Let me, in 5 to 7 minutes maximum, just share with you what is قهوة معرفة and what we are doing at this session. قهوة معرفة, actually we meet twice a month, every 2 weeks, to share our views and our knowledge about certain topics in management, economy, or different fields. We had 22 sessions before this one. Actually, this event started from the middle of the pandemic at the 4th of April 2020, and we had the honor to have 22 speakers. I would like to take the opportunity today to say thank you so much for creating all these knowledge platform to be shared with everyone. Actually, the meeting mechanism is to give 20 to 30 minutes to the main speaker to give us his or her views and to share the knowledge with us on the session's topic. And I will receive the comments and the questions directly from the audience to the main speaker. Please help me by using the raising hand if you want to share your thoughts, comments, or questions by using the mic and the camera if you want, or you can just drop the question to the chat and I will share it with the main speaker. The most important features of Coffee and No is zero commitment. We are all here just to listen to the main speaker and to just listen to the views and the knowledge from the great speakers we have. The primary objective of Coffee and No is to increase our knowledge. Diversity of expertise is the treasure of these sessions, actually, to allow us know more about lots of topics. All ideas are always accepted, and we will try our best to avoid the arguing. And the main value of Coffee and No is the knowledge is always first. The most important rules of today's session and every session of Coffee and No is to try to keep staying within the topic as much as we can, and to keep the discussion simple and direct to the point to allow us to know more and to receive the information in a good way. We will not allow any involvement in raising racism or political issues, and we will avoid arguing. I cannot say how glad I am and honored to have Dr. Nebila Dhieb today. Dr. Nebila, she's my teacher, she's my coach, she's my mentor, she's my role model, and she will share her wisdom and knowledge about success today and to tell us that success is a system, not a secret. I know it's not easy to talk about Dr. Nebila, but I will let you know that she's certified and success leadership consultant from Procter Gallagher Institute from Canada. She had a PhD in applied linguistics, and she has more than 30 years experience in key leadership positions, training, teaching, mentoring thousands of people around the educational and corporate fields. I would say that I know it's not easy to talk about Dr. Nebila, but I know her for 6 months now, and I can tell you that Dr. Nebila had the passion to help people get unstuck and to marvel their ability to climb who they are in life when given the right guidance. She saw people with absolutely all the prerequisites of success, yet they didn't. And also she saw people who have absolutely nothing and they succeed to get what they want in this life. She led her, that allow her to think more and to believe that there is more than formal education and degrees and certificates. Success in Dr. Nabila's belief is 5% skill set and 95% mindset. She dedicated her time to help people and show them how to crack the code and realize their full potential and start living the life they know they could be living it. And she did this to me. Dr. Nabila, you are more than welcome. We are honored to have you today. It's a pleasure, and we are all listening to you from our hearts. Please share your wisdom, your knowledge with us. Me and all the audience are listening to you. تفضلي.
Well, hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for hosting this event, Nadia. This is an amazing, event. I've been checking and watching what you've been doing with Qahwat al-Ma'rifa, and I know this is something big and beautiful in, the midst of everything that is going on. This is like a lighthouse in the middle of all of this. May the strength be with you in terms of showing the way, guiding, and shedding some light for the people who need that kind of light on the way. And I know many are in there. Now, success is a secret, is a system and not a secret. Why this title? This title because, like Nadia, over the pandemic time, I had that, kind of spontaneous urge to connect with people, to talk with people, and they did not refrain. They shared with me stories. They came to me from all walks of life. They shared with me their ups and downs and wins and failures, and everything. I talked to no less than 3,000 people from March 8th, where the lockdown was instituted in Saudi, up to today. I'm super honored to have talked to all of these people. They enriched me in ways and means I could never thought. Human communication, and this again and again speaks to, that human touch that nothing can replace. I'll stop with this intro and get straight to the point. So many of you are here because this title provoked you. This title triggered something in you, and you are saying, I'm going to go and see what's in it for me. What's in it for me? What's in there? Why am I carving this time tonight out of my family time and my commitments and everything? And I'm showing up for a title that claims that success is a system and not secret. And I'm gonna give you my 100% best in these 20 to 30 minutes, so as you get out of here with something. Because to tell you the truth, I don't know if anybody has told you otherwise, but success is indeed a system. It's indeed a system and not a secret. You tend to look at it and say, oh my God, this one she did, and then she is there. And then you look at this one, and the rules are not the same. And there seems to be like a magic, if you like, concoction or something that we cannot decipher. It's like there is a code that only the few have a crack. I'm gonna help you crack the code tonight. This is not a small undertaking or anything, but I'll give you the gist of what I know about success, that only around 1 to 3% around the world know about success, that it is a system. Once you follow the system, you have if you like, a plan that you can have on rinse, repeat, and over and over again. Let me get started from the beginning. Wherever you may be with success, you may be at the top of a position, then you're wondering what next. You may be starting your business and you may be saying, oh my God, what if? You may be starting a career and saying, oh, I wonder in 5 years what's going to happen, and so on and so forth. Let me tell you about the majority of people and where I meet them in reference to success. So I see a lot, especially women, a lot of men as well. But since the majority of my, the people I work with are female, I can speak to that. So they are achievers, and this idea is from Brandon Burchard, who summarizes this idea so well. So I'm going to adapt some ideas. These achievers fight long and hard to succeed. They tell us work hard to succeed, and we do. We get our A's straight. We go to university. We get that degree. We do everything that it takes. And then they propel themselves forward by grit and hustle. And then at some point, they could never have anticipated. It could be 5 years, could be 6 years, could be 10 years. They plateau. They plateau. They start seeing they are losing the passion. They start kind of touching on burnout. To outside observers, to the people who are looking at them from the outside, they may appear steady, calm, plodding their way, going to work, coming back, doing the projects, and what, and life seems great for them. But deep inside, these achievers often feel they are kind of thrashing out. And they are lost in a sea of priorities and opportunities. Shall I go this? Go this? I have this opportunity. I have this one. I have this one. Where do I go? I don't know where to go. They feel unsure at that point where they've achieved a certain level of success and there are a host of new opportunities open to them. They start feeling unsure as to where to focus on or how to confidently replicate the success they had before. How do I do it again? I did it once and I managed. Oh my God, can I replicate it? Can I do it again? They've come far in life, yet still have no standard operating principles for sustaining success. What we are looking at, we're not looking at that one-off success where, hey, I managed to get that position of my dreams. Great, amazing. Now, how do I sustain it? How do I build on it? What is the roadmap for me to get to the next level up? And the majority, 99% of the people come with this concern. Oh my God, what if this happened? I want to be there. I want to move forward. But I also see a lot of people spiraling down. How do I do it? The thing is, we don't have an operating system to stay there and continue to improve beyond. I'm going to give you the elements of response regarding creating this operating system. So at this point, these people are, even though they are capable in terms of potential, we know they have the potential. We know they have the abilities. We know they are bright. We know that they can do it. Many of them still live in constant fear that they will fall behind, FOMO, that they will, miss on something, that they will fall behind or catastrophically fail to handle the demands of the next level of success. What if I'm not good enough for even this position I was granted, and so on and so forth. Why the fear and hardship? You might be saying, this fear and hardship connected with this taste of success that is in there. And why do some people break free from this reality? And you see them plodding their way, one success, then the next, then the next, then the next, then the next. They don't seem to stop. Oh my God. Okay. Now they keep rising higher and enjoy the vibrant. Now, not only they are succeeding in their professional life, but they are making it big time in their personal life as well. And they are living like an abundant long-term success that so many envy and consider out of reach. This is the question that has been, so to speak, troubling most of the people that I meet, and it's basically sustaining success. And that's why I said it's a system and not a secret. Now, success, when we understand what is success, success is not an arrival point. It's not the arrival point with a flag arrival. You've arrived. You can have your warriors respite, and you can sit in comfortably, relax, and get in the comfort zone, and everything will be all right. No, no, far from that. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. It's a process, it's a journey. And this is, of course, the definition of Earl Nightingale, the father of personal development. Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And what most of the time happens is people give their best shot, and they give it the thrust, and they are so hustling and bustling. They are tired. When they arrive at success, they are so exhausted. They say, let me rest. And that's the catch in there. It's a process. It's not like a destination or an arrival point. This is the first thing we need to capture. And you understand, when it's a process, we need to enjoy the process. We need to live life while getting there. Otherwise, it may seem an exhaustive process. And by the time we get there, we are at the end of our breath, and we are tying the last rope and hanging in there to this position where we are. No, we want a system that is going to replicate success and get us better and better and better. Now, number one, so basically, I'm going to talk about success as a system in 5 points. In 5 points, which I'm going to recap at the end. So number one, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Why worthy? It's worthy of you, worthy of your life, worthy of your dreams, worthy of your wants. It's not a little thing that we do. Let's agree, we are not in here by accident. We are not in here to live life on the sidelines. No, this is life and not rehearsal. We've got one, and it's either we give it our best of the best, otherwise that's it, So it's either we kind of tiptoe our life into retirement, or we live wholeheartedly, at 100%. So live life in the process, enjoy it on the process of getting there. That's number one. It's a process and not a journey. Now listen to this. This is the second point regarding success. Listen to this. This is from Aristotle. Wisdom in and by itself. Excellence is an art. It's an art. How? It's won by training and habituation. Excellence is an art won by training and habituation. We do not act rightly because we have virtue or excellence. No, but we rather have the excellence and the virtue because we have acted rightly. We have acted rightly, meaning we don't have them just like that. No, we have acted rightly. We are what we do. We are what we repeatedly do. Listen to this again. Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Who are we when we are excellent? We are what we repeatedly do. This is a line you are going to, this is actually the line you always see everywhere. So we are what we repeatedly do. I am what I am repeatedly do. So think, what are we repeatedly do? Are we repeatedly thinking forward, thinking success, thinking I can do it, thinking, or are we thinking maybe this position is not for me? Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I don't have that caliber of, high profile. What are we thinking? We are what we repeatedly do. Listen to the rest of the sentence. Excellence then is not an act. Excellence then, the conclusion from Aristotle, excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. Are we making of success a habit? This is, of course, Aristotle. So our second point, are we making of success a habit? Not an act, not the occasional one-off act. It's a habit. You make of success, how do we make of success a habit? You do things in a certain way. Success is not about doing stuff. You know, you could be doing the exact same things, the same A, B, C, D activities as Nadia. Are you going to be exactly like her in her success and everything? No. Why? She has the Nadia's way. Abdurrahman has his own way. Saud has his own way. Success is not about doing things, it's about doing things in a certain way. What's the certain way? The certain way is the way you do the small thing, the way you prepare your coffee to come to Qahwat al-Marifa, the way you address the big project, the way you address the big objectives in life. That's exactly the same way. If you are at your best when you make coffee, when you do the project, you for sure are going to be at your best in creating success in your life. So it's not about doing things, because most of the people go around to successful people and say, what do you do? What do you do? Tell me, what do you do? And we can tell you what successful people do, and you can do them. Are you going to ensure success? No, because it is done in a certain way. So it's doing the certain way, so to speak. Now then, we have a conclusion that success is a habit. It is created most of the time. So as we dismiss, if we cannot achieve one thing, we say, oh my God, no. You know, my sister is successful. My sister is always successful. My sister can do it. My cousin is intelligent. Oh my God, I can tell you. You know that Hind thing, she is amazing at doing stuff and at being creative, but I'm not. You see, we put it on genetics, we put it on biology, we put it on, this is who we are. And actually, no, it's habit. It's habit, right? Now you might be saying, okay, fair enough. Now, how do we create these habits? Now we come to the point, do we understand who we are? Who are we? How do you operate? How do you function? Do you understand what's the mechanism you are creating success or whatnot in your life? Because it's pretty solid. If you want a repeatable rinse repeat system, we're going to need to understand how do we do it, right? Now, we become what we think about all day long. We become what we think about all day long. Tell me about your thoughts. What are you thinking about? And I'll tell you, and I will see that the results are there to show it. Our results never, ever lie. Results always tell a story about what's going on inside. How are you using your mind? Let me briefly, because I can go extensively on how the mind works, but I'm going to go very briefly on the three components that make our results happen. Negative or positive, whichever direction you want it. We think thoughts, and at the conscious level. And then we don't know what happens to them. They kind of disappear, they kind of go, or we get immersed in them. We are feeling a little poorly or a little this. We stay with the ideas, then we don't know why we are feeling like that. And, it stays sometime. And actually, the thoughts are at the origin of everything that is happening in our life. We think 70,000 thoughts per day. 70,000 thoughts per day. Now, what's the range of thoughts that is done or taken from the conscious intellectual mind? Around 10 to 15%. 10 to 15,000 of these thoughts, they come from the intellectual conscious mind. You say, where are the rest coming from? The rest are coming from a place that is called the subconscious mind. It's the black box. Welcome to the, we are on a plane from Riyadh to Paris Charles de Gaulle. The plane is put on autopilot. That autopilot system is exactly what we have inside. It's the black box there. We've encapsulated, we wired in a host of beliefs. They could be empowering or not. They could be disempowering, one or two ways, depending on. This is called also our childhood programming. The way we were programmed, the way we were, when as kids, we did not have intellectual mind, everything that was happening to us, we just, take it in, take it in, take it in. And boom, one day we wake up and there is a voice in our head telling us, who do you think you are to deserve to succeed? Who do you think you are to deserve to be CEO? Are you really CEO material? It doesn't look so. Yeah. Or it could be the other way around. You see what I mean? And now, instead of adults in our life telling us that we can do better and we need to improve and we need this and that, now we have a character, a persona, a voice, an inner critic that is lodged in our mind, and that is telling us, you shouldn't have done this. Why did you say that? For God's sake? For God's sake, why? What did you mean by that? Was wrong? And then before we go to sleep, we beat ourselves to it. You're doing this. Do you think these are the standards of successful? And we beat ourselves in exactly the same way. And of course, if it's the other way around, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. If we are raised in praise, this inner critic is going to praise us. If we are raised in criticism, this inner critic is going to be very critical on us and beat ourselves into it. We don't need anybody to remind us. Now, 70,000 thoughts per day, 50 to 60 of these thousands we have no control over. They come from the subconscious mind. You all recognize the example. You're driving home, there's a huge thing at work on your mind. All of a sudden, you are pulling over in front of your home. You say, oh my God, who was driving? Who's driving? You have a program that is called Go Home. And the subconscious mind takes over. It's going to change lanes and take the service road and take the first turn and the second turn and lands you in front of home. That's a good program. Imagine, likewise, if we have programs that are not conducive to success. Likewise, they run our life times and again and again and again. And people say, why is my life on a roller coaster? Why is my life in a rut? I want to break free. Show me how to break the cycle, right? So when we understand the power of these beliefs that are running our life, now we have a system. Now we understand where to start to break in the cycle and getting to people to be on a rinse repeat system of success, because we can reverse that using certain techniques. So it's all about understanding the mind, that we have a small window that is controlled by the intellectual. The intellectual mind is great. It keeps the information and the ideas and the degrees and the books you read and the seminars you attend, and it keeps them there. Are we going to wake up the next morning and do any of the stuff that is in there? No. We are fueled, or our body takes its orders not from the conscious mind, but from the subconscious mind. Haven't you ever caught yourself saying something and say, oh my God, who said that? Why did I say that? We've all done it, right? So it's those things that are so automatic, we don't even. So when we explore what's in the subconscious mind, we can unwire the old software that is no longer serving us and wire in a system that is going to propel your life to the next level up. Understanding the mind is key. No wonder about that. Now, this is actually point 4. So number 1, we said it's a process, not a journey. We said 2, it's excellence or success is not an act, it's a habit. Point 3, I explained how we, create habits by looking at the conscious and the subconscious level. Now, the next point is we create success. And I ask people, okay, you want to be successful. Okay, so what do you want? What do you want? You say, yeah, I want more happiness. Okay, what does it mean, more happiness? And they say, yeah, and they say, yeah, happiness. Happiness, everybody knows what happiness is. Or I say, excuse me, I'll take a sip of water. So they say, yeah, oh, financial freedom. I say, what is financial freedom? What's your number? They say, I don't know, a lot. And I say, how much? You know, the number of people, the percentage of people that are going around this world without a clear idea of where they are headed is astounding. We are talking about 13 people who have a goal, and about 13% of people who have an idea where they want to go. And out of these 13%, 3% who have their goals in writing. Today, 21st century data, this is, a flabbergasting number. Why? Because at a time where you would think, oh my God, with this level of education and everything, we would expect everyone has a goal. Like 13% have goals, what could be, seen as a goal. 3% have them in writing. Latest research from neuroscience, from psychology and the personal development.
Hello?
From the personal development field, the mind does not work with a GPS said or called, I want to be more happy, or I want more money. It doesn't work with that. The mind is very analytical. It wants a number and a date and a roadmap. And let's go. And still we have people going around saying, what should I do? What should I do? What do you think? What do you think? What's my purpose? I'm not sure about my purpose. We hear more and more of this. What's my, I've lost my way. I don't know why I'm doing this. They lose track of things. Why? Because the goal is not clear. What is it? So it's a matter of knowing where you want to be. What do you want? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? What's the rising star? What's the star out there you want to shoot at? And you'd better make it big and beautiful, worthy of your life, right? And of your presence at this point in human history, so to speak. What's your goal? Are you in here to temper a little bit with the small goals, 5% salary increase, or although it's not, or this or that? No, go for the big and beautiful and the rising star that is out there. That's what's gonna fuel your life and excite you and make you, jump out of bed in the morning. You don't know why, but honest to God, you are singing the song of your life and driving to work absolutely at your best. Life with a purpose. That's living. Everything else is dying. So decide, where's my star? What's my star? It's a big star. I want to get in there. Honest to God, I don't know why, how I'm going to do it, but I want to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. The truth is, we are kind of confused a little bit by the SMART goals. Oh, you're going to need to know how to do it. You're going to need to know how to do it. Oh, you say, as little kids, you say, oh, Dad, I'm going to be an astronaut. And then the immediate reaction, how do you think this is going to happen? Oh, I'm going to be XYZ. And The reaction is, how are you going to do it? The how question is the killer of many dreams. We are not supposed to know how, as a junior sales person or anything, you want to be VP of sales, or you want to be the CEO of the sales department in the biggest what. I mean, it would be like, irrational at this point in time to know exactly every step of the way to get into there. The main thing, it's enough that you know you have this big thing you are working towards. Okay, that's a big goal. So how do you know? If it excites you and scares you, then your goal is good. You are on the right track. Stay there. Put your blinders on and stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, and start, don't look at anybody. Keep that big goal guiding you. And also, you want to know where you are. You want to know, where do I stand right now? What does it mean, where do I stand right now? Meaning, my mind, what am I thinking? What is my state of thinking? Am I at my best? Am I showing up in life at my best? Do I know my numbers? What are my numbers? What are my numbers? What's my goal? What do I want? How much money? When? All of your numbers. Know your numbers. You can't move forward without knowing it. I'm trying to, and I hear a lot of this. I'm trying. I say, stop, cut the trying. Just get there or don't. That's it, one or two ways. Right. Do I know how to make myself visible? Yeah, I want to be this or that. Are you working on your visibility? Are you working on positioning yourself in life really, really well, taking your position and your portion and your part of the cake in everything that is happening? The economy is changing, the way businesses are done are changing. Where's my share in this? You're going to need to know your numbers. You're going to need to position yourself, whether in business or in the corporate. You're going to need to know exactly where you stand. You're going to need to know your market value. What's my market value? I have people are, what's your market value? And I say, what is that supposed to be? What's your market value? What's your industry look like? What's the per annual income for your industry? And where do you stand? And what is it going to be in 2 or 3 years? Living life by design and going forward with success by design, not by default. I'm living, I'm right here, life is happening, I'm reacting. That's reacting. We want you to be in the driver's seat, directing life and taking charge of your life and responding to life and taking the lead on what needs to happen in your life. That's also the prerequisite for success. So it's a matter of knowing where we are and where we are going. It's all a matter of using your thinking. Are you using your mind to think in innovative thoughts? Are you using your mind to think of creative thoughts, abilities? Or what's going to happen if you don't do that? Somebody's going to use you to give you orders to do what they want you to do. It's one of two ways. The mind is very, very clear. Two thoughts. This is by law, the law of polarity. It's either you think the thoughts you want to think, or the weeds, the other thoughts, the by default thoughts are going to jump in and start, living in your head. Okay. So are we thinking? I'll finish this with a question to the audience. Are we thinking? You say, yeah, of course we are thinking. No, really, really thinking. So unless you are willing to think, you will have to labor physically. If you don't think and strategize and know your numbers and do your homework, and do all that needs to be done and be at your best in everything you do, you are going to pretty much have to work and labor physically. And this means, perforce, by the law of compensation, you will receive less for your work. What do you choose? Excellence, success, a system, a built-in system of success, or live life by default, let life happen to me and say, poor me, I did this and I did that and that. It's one or two ways. Two thoughts cannot coexist in the same mind. Thank you so much. These are my thoughts about success. The five points that I mentioned are clearly summarized in here. If you need a summary, we can go over it. But I know I exceeded the time. And thank you so much, everyone. And we can open it for questions if
You are more than welcome, Doctora. You know I cannot stop listening to you. I know 30 minutes is not enough, but allow me to ask anyone of the audience if you have any questions, because I have some in my paper. If you're not, anyone, if you want just to add a comment or drop your question, you can raise your hand and we will receive your comments. Doctora, unless we receive any questions, can you please give us more, what do you mean by thinking? Because you know this was one of my struggles. What do you mean by when you say think right, and are you thinking about your goals? Can you please give us more about this? And after your answer, we will receive a question or a comment from Mr. Mazen Job.
The law of thinking, believe it or not, there are 11 laws governing our life. One of them is the law of thinking. And I know it's Nadia's favorite. She speaks wanting to get it right. Thinking is by law. You say, no, come on, Dr. Nebila, everybody thinks. We all think. We wake up and we think and we think. No, think. Observe yourself what you think. You are going to see. Remember what we said, there is like a smaller percent, around 10 to 15%. That is, conscious thinking. That is deliberate conscious thinking. And the iceberg underneath, that's the tip of the iceberg. And the iceberg that is underneath, around 85 to 90%, 85 to 90%. Guys, we are talking about 50 to 60,000 thoughts per day. These are the same thoughts that you thought yesterday, the day before, the week before, the month before, the year before, the 5 years before. You say, no, it can't be true. Trust me. Observe yourself. You are going to say that you are thinking the exact, when you wake up in the morning, you are doing the exact same thing. You are thinking the same thoughts. When you think about your boss, you have a certain thought you are going to repeat again and again. When you think about the economy, you have your own opinion. When you think of everything, 50 to 60,000 thoughts are by default, meaning they are automatic. They have been planted in our head at subconscious level, not necessarily from our own choice and not necessarily from our own intellectual conscious mind. They are by default. They are there. It's either because we heard them so many times. You see that little girl, after so many years, hearing mom say, I'm going to be this. And all of a sudden, one day around age 8 or 9, she comes out and she says, I'm going to be that, just like my mom. And they start replicating what they've been hearing again and again and again and again. Now, replicating the thinking is not thinking. What we want to think is when we think deliberately, by design. We choose. We say, I'm going to think that I'm capable to do this. I'm going to think that I'm able to succeed to build my company. I'm going to deliberately and willingly choose to think. It's deliberate thinking, not the by default thinking. Does it answer your question, Nadia?
Yes, of course. Yes. Muhandis Mazen, please join us.
عليكم.
أهلا وسهلا عليكم السلام.
Thank you, Nadia, and thank you, Dr. Nabila. يعني صراحة it's an important memory. But I have a couple of comments, especially that currently I'm reading a book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. I think the information I really want to share, the smartest living human being, by the way, his name is Chris Langan. He scored an IQ test 95. Just for those who know the score of IQ, Einstein, for example, will be scoring 50. And Chris Langan scored 105. And he's just living a very normal life in a ranch like this. So the question is, as you speak about the thinking, and define your vision and your target, it's not an intellectual capability. My point is, do you think the thing should happen only after self-discovery? It's not an intellectual capability where you can define.
I think the connection was not so good, and
Yeah,
we lost him maybe. Manal Farahat, please join us. We are listening to you.
Hello, everybody. Actually, my question is because before I attended a seminar, it's a master class, and it was about purpose and thinking and all of that. The thing is, after the seminar, it was like 11 to 12 days. It was really nice. After that, we thought that, wow, we can rule the world, you know. We left very happy, some kind of purpose, and we wanted to, you know, do everything that we learned. And then life took us away from that. In order for us to develop, let's say, a habit, for how long do you think we should practice rewiring our thinking? Thank you.
The minimum, we know for the minimum for a habit to start, we sow the seed into the subconscious mind for the idea to start germinating, we know it's 21 days. Robin Sharma, for example, 68 days. He says 68 days, you build a habit. You want to build a habit of becoming a 5 a.m. club person, 68 days. 68 days, at 68, if you do this consistently without stopping one day, you stop one day, you come back to day one. You start developing the habit. At 68 days, it starts like becoming a built-in system of waking up at 5 in the morning or any other habit.
I've read that, and also I've read about developing a lifestyle that you need like 3 months, 10 days. It's like, it reminds me of the probation period of an employee, but actually it is in order to develop a habit between 21 days or 68 days and a lifestyle about 100 days. But the habit of thinking or rewiring our brain, that particular thing, in order for us to control our subconsciousness, how long does it take for us to really get trained to that and not to go back to the old consciousness, let's say, or conscious thinking, let's say? Is it the same like 100 days?
Let me put this into perspective. The difficulty in building habits is the following, is that we can do it on ourselves, but we have to do it alone. It took me a year to understand just this line, you know. We can do it on ourselves. Most of the time, these habits are in a subconscious mind. Sometimes we are not even aware of them. So there are two things. You need a roadmap, an accountability partner, and a system of mentorship. Because the mentor who has been through the process, he's going to be your sounding board to tell you what's going on. Because here's the deal. Your paradigms or the belief system that we have, they control even our logic. Even the way we think about things in a rational way, it's controlled by logic. It's controlled by the paradigm. And therefore, even using your logic to say, I'm going to, it's not an act of will. People can achieve things through an act of will. They say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it no matter what. There are some people who achieve that. The majority don't. Why? Unwiring the habit from the subconscious mind, unwiring it as a habit. It's not serving me, anymore. I want to put in something else. And wiring in a new habit needs these two things. Needs a roadmap, a clear step-by-step system, and a mentorship system.
Okay.
I, for one, could not do it for myself, for example.
That's true. True. Thank you.
Sure. You're muted, Nadia. Nadia, you are on mute.
Thank you, Manal. Thank you for this comment. Mhandis Mazen Johar, you're again here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know
Yes.
what happened. Thank you.
Your connection
I
was
don't know
not so
what was disconnected, but I will just try to make it very short. My question, Dr. Nebila, is when do you think is the right time of the thinking, before or after self-discovery? This is number one. Number two is what about the impact of the external circumstances on success? Thank you.
Can you repeat number two, Mhandis Mazen?
What's the impact of the external circumstances? Because how does that define or help define success? Thank you.
All right. The first one was discovery is part of thinking, because when we think, we are using our 6 mental faculties. This is something so basic, we are not even taught this at school. So 6 mental faculties, including your imagination. When you discover things, when you're in a discovery, you are in exploring new, using your imagination, using your analytical thinking, using all of your mental faculties. We have 6 mental faculties: your imagination, your reason, your will, your intuition, your perception, and your memory. So these are amazing, mental faculties. When we strengthen them, can you believe it? Intuition is a mental faculty. So when we use them, we start thinking in all of these dimensions of thinking, into the creative sphere, into the analytical sphere, into looking at things from different, it's all part of thinking, I think. The second question was about, Nadia, what was
the
it?
outside environment and who will define what is success?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it Bernard Shaw who said, circumstances, I make them? There are 2 ways of living life. It's either you let life happen and circumstances and conditions take over, and it's like we become like a ship without a rudder, without a GPS in the middle of the ocean. We're taken here, we're taken here, we're taken here. What are the chances of reaching a port? 1 in a million. Whereas when we live by design, when we create the circumstances and conditions, like, let's put it, even during this time of pandemic, where the general thinking and belief system is in, oh my God, it's uncertainty, there is hesitation, there is doubt, there is this, there is about the economy, there is this, there what. There are some people who are putting, again, I use this term again, putting their blinders and saying everything is gonna be all right. If there is a crisis, where is my share in the cake? I'm gonna be among the winners of the new economy. And they claim it and they make it happen. So it's again, I come back, Mr. Mazen, to it's all about a decision. It's you live to live life by default or by design. You want to let conditions and circumstances rule, they rule. You want to take a charge, you can take a charge. You have absolutely amazing 6 mental faculties that can take you anywhere.
Maybe, Doctora, you will redefine what is success.
It's the progressive realization of a worthy ideal.
And it's not a title, and it's not a position, and it's not a destiny.
It's a journey. It's
not a secret.
And it's not a secret. We cracked the code now. We know exactly how it happens. We follow the system, we get the results.
I have a comment from Ahoud. She said, I noticed that I am working and seeking and getting some opportunities, but at some points I stop and cannot achieve my goal, as if there is something stopping me. It's like I am afraid of success. How can I solve this?
Yeah. In exactly the same way we have fear of failure, there is fear of success. There are people, oh my God, in seeping inside, they sometimes reach the position they want. They are not even halfway in there. They reach the position and they start questioning, do I deserve the position? There is the fear of success. Do I fill my place in here? It's the fear. And they start, if they don't catch this early enough, they start self-sabotaging, you know, themselves. So so it's fear. If you know, you stop, if you don't have the motivation, either intrinsic or extrinsic motivation to continue to move on towards your goal, then there's something stopping. There's something, stumbling block, the fear of success or the fear of failure or the fear of I don't know. There is some kind of seeping underlying fear. What's the name?
Paritosh, he dropped a comment. You mean PIP? I think you were talking about the mental faculties. And he just asked this question. You mean PIP? Paritosh, if you want to add more to this comment or to ask your questions, please just be part of this. Okay, we'll be waiting for Paritosh. PIP.
We call them 6 mental faculties. Maybe they have another acronym in your specific line of business or specific industry, but for us, it's the 6 mental faculties for thinking.
Shihana, she put a comment. I think even if we fulfill our goals, we don't feel that we are success and we want more.
Of course. We are God's highest form of creation. God being the creator, we are all the time for having more, being more, seeking more, and giving more. You see what I mean? We are goal-seeking organisms. Have you ever seen a flower say, oh, I'm going to develop here and stop. I'm not going to move forward. No. The flower, you know, starts budding and developing, and then it reaches its optimum, and then it starts coming back. Exactly, we work at we are goal-seeking organisms. There's always something here that's telling us, maybe there is something in there for us. I know there's something in there for me. I know I deserve more. I know I can create more. I know I can be of service to more people. I know I can bring more solutions to my company. I know I can contribute to my society more. But what we are stuck in the how. How do I do it? We want the heat before the fire. Let go, relax a little bit on the how, and take a decision. You are going to start taking the first step. Take the first step and see how the way will unfold.
Amin. Nadia Al-Malki, please open your mic and please drop your question. Nadia. Okay, Manal is asking you again, what are the 11 laws?
Oh, okay. Maybe I can share them with you to share them with, I have a brochure where these are summarized and maybe they can help everyone. I can name some: the law of polarity, the law of cause and effect, the law of forgiveness, the law of thinking, the law of non-resistance, the law of compensation, and so on as well.
I love them all, by the way. It's very, very, it's just raise your awareness when you know more about these 11 laws, and you just feel that there are laws you need just to follow. Mohammed, تفضل. Mohammed, you can just open the mic and share your question.
a particular questions, but I would like to share about the laws, actually, of the forgiveness, particularly.
Muhammad, maybe something with the connection. We cannot listen to you. Can you please repeat again? Muhammad? Is it me or we lost Muhammad? Unless we have Muhammad again, Victoria, what if we talk about the self-image?
Oh, wow, we need another session for this one.
I know. I just, if you can just link the self-image with the goal, and I think this can help us to see where we are now.
Yes, you know, with self-image, Maxwell Maltz, who wrote Psycho-Cybernetics, he is the one who started this whole thing about self-image. And he is a plastic surgeon during the Second World War, after Second World War, trying to fix people there. And he noticed that people have two images, the one that we project outside to the world, and there is, which is important, that there is a much stronger one, a self-image that is inside, that is controlling the way we talk, the way we walk, the way we speak to people, the way we think, everything. It controls every single thing about yourself. And it is indeed our biggest paradigm. The self-image is the biggest. Remember, we were talking about that those paradigms that are in the subconscious mind and they keep controlling our life. Now, self-image is the most important one. Maxwell Maltz says, self-image sets the boundaries of individual accomplishment. You have a good self-image, an empowering self-image is going to set you for success. You have a self-image that is doubtful, that is hesitant, that is not really supporting you, you may hit success, but it's going to be a struggle. So you see, one of the first things we work on towards success is that help people, discover what's in their current self-image and change it according to the goal they want to achieve. You can never get there from here. Like, you want to be the VP of sales. If you don't have the self-image of the VP of sales now, and we start building it and instilling it and embedding it in our subconscious mind, it's not going to happen. It's going to be a long way, because it's like there is a piece that is fighting you all the way. So you want to be this GPS system that is inside. You want it to be supporting you. And self-image, oh my God, I mean, the work that could be done on self-image is absolutely incredible. I mean, the results on work on self-image, I mean, this is across fields. You see people in football, in entertainment, you see the actors. We call it the self-image building is called the actors technique. You see, yes. The actors, they repeat the role, they memorize the role, they become the role. They are, the good actors, they are so into the role that even after the film has been done and so they continue to move and act and, do things like the role they've been. That's self-image. That's the power of self-image. It's an amazing, absolutely, powerful concept that has this impact of making or breaking success.
Paritosh wants to add something. Yes, Paritosh, you can just unmute yourself and share your comments with us. We'll look, where is your name? Yes. Paritosh, you can just click yes.
Or okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Dr. Nebila, I am 100% agree with the fact that self-image, because I came from the first step in the industry and reaching to the middle level. But the projecting our own self-image, it takes too much time. So I just want to know how to foster this, because the day I joined in the company, I thought I to be the department manager, but it takes me around 18 years or 17 years. So how to realize it faster? Is there any practice that I should follow?
Absolutely. You need to convince your subconscious mind that you are already there. Neville Goddard talks about living from the wish fulfilled. You're gonna write the script of your life and of your self-image like you've already achieved it. If you think it's gonna take 18 years to achieve it, because this is what we are led to believe. We are led to believe, oh, the CEO needs to be a white-haired person and he's of a certain age. And so if that's what you think, you know, the subconscious mind is not gonna fight you. It's gonna say, so be it. Your wish is my command. But if you think, yeah, okay, Mark Zuckerberg, CEO at 24, why not? Let's go, let's go. Yeah. If you believe it, it's belief at a deep cellular level. That's where you want to embed your self-image.
Victoria, at the last 20 minutes of this session, I want you to just give a brief to the audience about the TIR, the Thinking into Result course, where I'm taking this course with you now. If you can just give a brief for the audience, and I will share a PDF file. And you can tell, please, the audience, how can they reach you if they want?
Yeah, perfect. Now, what did we say? We say those paradigms that are controlling our life to a very large extent, you know, all that iceberg that is underneath the water, you know, 60 to 50,000 thoughts per day, all of that, they are controlled by the subconscious mind. And until we learn how to change the subconscious mind, our results are going to be the same. Now, what we do in the Thinking into Results program, it's called Thinking into Results. Our thoughts create our results. Now, what we do at the Thinking into Results, beyond the cheerleading or positivity, we go into the deep subconscious level, and we have a system, we call it paradigm shift. We create a paradigm shift where we get to the deep subconscious level, and we work at that subconscious level to unwire the beliefs, the habits, the ideas that are no longer serving us. Just release them, let them go, and we wire in a healthy, you know, self-image, however you want to define the self-image. It's connected to the goal, as Nadia rightly said a little earlier. And then we work together in such a way as, you know, this involves, you know, a whole set of skills and know-hows. We teach you how to leverage your results. Meaning multiply your potential, your capabilities, your skills, your productivity. We teach you how, you know, to multiply the use of your time, because people tend to believe, oh, we have 24 hours. But there's a huge difference if somebody spending 8 hours at work and going home and saying, I'm tired, and Warren Buffett, who has 500 companies, and one of them is Coca-Cola, earning him like around $1.5 million per day just out of dividends of Coca-Cola. That's definitely, there is a difference between being productive, giving 8 hours of our day to like a job, or deciding to leverage. We teach this concept of leveraging, multiplying rather than adding, productivity, efficiency, effectiveness, replacing habits that are not serving us by habits that do serve us. The first thing is, of course, setting goals that are worthy of you, closing the knowing doing gap, helping you understand exactly what's my potential. What does it mean, unleash my potential? We show you in a step-by-step way how to do it. In a nutshell, it is a transformational program at a deep level. This is the way to create permanent results. You know, it's not as we saw earlier, a seminar that's going to cheerlead you and leave you on cloud nine. And then as soon as you come back to the day-to-day life, you start forgetting, and in no time you get back to the regular day-to-day things. This is something that's going to change you inside out, and results never ever lie. When you're changing the inside, the results are going to show on the outside. And this is exactly what we do in thinking into results. So Nadia is scrolling on all the principles, so you can say.
Do you want to highlight something about Procter Gallagher Institute?
Yeah, well, this is Mr. Bob Procter, my mentor. He is the last of the legends. He has more than 60 years working in this field, helping people change their results across all kinds of industries, across organizations and individuals. He worked with Prudential Life, with IBM, with Malaysian Airlines, with Verizon, with all kinds of companies in North America and the rest of the world. And he works with Hollywood people, entertainment people, sports people, and with, people in general, so to speak.
Before we go forward, we have a question from Dr. Hassan. You're more than welcome today, Dr. Hassan. تفضل.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Is my voice clear?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. First, I'd like to thank you, Nadia, for organizing this event. This is my first time, so I really like it, and I would like to just talk about one particular part of building a habit, as this is my field of specialty. So I just want to get to the point that all of those habits are made by neurotransmitters or some kind of chemicals that is in the brain. So my view of those habits and how they are actually built is that about controlling those neurotransmitters in the brain and how are they secreted or they are not secreted according to our actions. So just to make things much clear for this, because it's a very big topic, but we need just to get examples so it can be much clearer for the audience. I think if we talk about success, what is success? And I think Dr. Nebila said that success is a state of mind. It's not a goal, or it's not something that we can reach. And I totally agree with that, as success is actually having the right balance of neurotransmitters. The one example of that is when we say self-image. Self-image is actually, we have a good self-image when we have a very high level of serotonin neurotransmitter. So this exact neurotransmitter is linked to self-image and what's our status in the group. Also, one more thing is like dopamine, which is released when we have novel experience, like traveling to a new place or meeting a new person. We have this dopamine, so this makes us want to have habits of novel or having new experiences. And the last one is oxytocin, which is can be produced or released when we have connection with someone to another individual or another creature. And this also can make us that can affect our social skills. So people who have positive experiences and have a high level of oxytocin usually like to be around people, and people who get neglected or don't like or people don't like them or give them bad experiences, they don't like to be around people because usually it gives them low level of oxytocin. So this is my humble understanding about habits, and I'd like to hear Dr. Nebila's opinion about it, as I'm just studying this field now for the past few years. So I'm just need to understand if this is related to actually building a habit, or we have something more to just elaborate on it. And thank you so much.
You're welcome, Dr. Hassan, and this is not going to be the last time you will be with us.
Inshallah, for sure.
Dr. Hassan, thank you so much. What an amazing way of consolidating this information, because the piece you just add is absolutely, the piece that is in there, the scientific, if you like, part of it to behind all what we've been saying, because of course we've been approaching this from psychology, neuroscience, and the personal development side. But we know that endorphin, serotonin, and all of these chemicals that help the brain fire and wire those neural pathways to make things happen. It's a chemical reaction. We know the state of love, the state of, excitement, the state of enthusiasm, the state. These are all chemicals happening and, being fired into our brain to make us react in a certain way. So what an amazing way of consolidating the information that we have in here. Thank you so much, Dr. Hassan. Spot on.
Dr. Nebila, we do have 10 minutes only. And I would like to just announce the opportunity you gave for all the audience today. If they want to reach you, they can book 30 minutes with you through Calendly, and you added a new slots only for the audience today, right?
Exactly.
The link will be shared through chat now, and tell them if they want to reach you, what should they do?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are opening just for Nadia's Qahwat al-Marifa.
Thank you so much.
Slots and spots where your honorable guests can book a call to discuss their goals, see what's out there, where am I, where do I stand, and what are my opportunities, and where am I headed, moving forward. And then, yeah, why not take, you have something that is speaking to you that, jump on a call and let's have a chat.
Then Janine, as usual, she added the link. Thank you, Janine.
Okay, there's even that barcode. If it's easier, then there's that barcode.
You want to share the barcode? Do I have it? It's in the link.
In the brochure, so you
okay. That's it. Yes. Dr. Nebila, at the end of this session, I cannot stop thanking all your guests today. Thank you for being part of Qahwat Ma'rifa, and it's our honor to have you today. Do you have any last word you want to share with us?
Absolutely. My words are, may the strength be with you all. You've got it, guys and girls. You've got it. You'd better believe that you've got it. There's absolutely nothing, not even the sky is the limit. It's just about believing in ourselves. It's just about doing the things that we need to do. And success, again, is going to show up as, Troward says, is going to show up in uncommon hours. You may be so focused enjoying your life and doing the things you love, like Nadia is doing now. And you're going to see success is going to be effortless and a system. Why? Because she's doing the doing that needs to be done to get there. She's focused on living a beautiful, amazing journey, enjoying every single piece of it, giving her best in every single area she's living with a large smile, facing everything with an amazing level of optimism, and I can do it attitude. Well, the universe, God is going to, respond back in equal manner. There's no way it's going to be otherwise. This is by law. It's action, reaction, and success is going to take care of itself. And it's going to come in uncommon hours. You are just focused on doing the things, and here these things are happening in your life. That's success. When it's
I am proud to be your students. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. I was honored and privileged to be part of Qahwat al-Ma'rifa. I hope I've contributed something to...
That was one of the best sessions we had at this Qahwat al-Ma'rifa. Thank you for everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good night. See you after 2 weeks from now. Thank you so much.
Have a great evening, everyone. Bye-bye.
Doctora, I will share the 11 laws with the audience. If you can just send it to me, I will resend it to them by email. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Janine. Thank you for being with us.